everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of season 2. Today we have Bam Margera, also known as the USB Jan. What's up, Bam?
Hello, Ether. Thanks for having me here.
All right, now, first question, Bam. Who is your main survivor and main mastermind, and why?
Well, I'll start with my mastermind main because no one really knows my mastermind. I main Daniel because when the game first came out, Daniel was like the starting mastermind in the beta. He got me interested in the mastermind role too because when the game was originally released, Endurance Daniel was like super huge and One Bite Daniel. So I was like, ooh, those builds are a lot of fun. So I experimented with Daniel a lot, but not really as of late. And my main survivor is January because, can't, gotta love Nikolai. It's, that man changed the meta.
Now, once RE3 dropped, what brought you to Resistance? Did you try the beta, Bam?
Well, what brought me to Resistance was I know the game was Project Resistance, and I heard that it was gonna be, bonus with RE3 as a release. So, as I was playing the beta, waiting for the Resistance to actually become playable on PlayStation, because it wasn't working at the start. I say when it came out, I grinded over 1,000,000 RP, and I was kind of sad when it didn't transfer into the main game, but I had a lot of fun in the beta because no one knew what they were doing, and I was happy to experiment with the survivors to see what everyone was about.
Okay, now, in your opinion, Bam, what is the best squad of characters to have for a team, and why?
Well, personally, I say it's either between alpha team or beta team because you can do great with both teams, like realistically, but I say as long as you have Val, Tyrone, and January, you could pretty much do almost every build. And with beta team, you demolish like a net and some other, creature builds. But with alpha team, if it's more camera focused, the Jan Jill combo, they usually just sync out your cameras, so it puts a lot of pressure on the mastermind, but at the risk of making creatures a tiny bit more stronger.
Is there anyone in particular that inspired you to be better at the game and improve or change your style, Bam?
Controversial. I used to have a friend called the Haunted Soul. He was a Jan main, and well, let's say he retired Jan before Nikolai came out and said his Jan days were over. So I said, you know what, if you gotta do it, you gotta do it yourself. So I became a Jan main just to counter Nikolai because I took a break for like a month, came back, and Nikolai was popular. So I guess I had to say screw cameras, even if it was solo queue. Yep, solo queued with Jan as well. It was not fun.
Now, do you play this game casually or competitively? Sweat or non-meta?
95% of the time I say I'm sweaty because I don't know. It does get frustrating to lose just because, it is, but if I know I'm going into the game with like more casual players or we're memeing, then you know what, I'll just shut off my brain and play and just whatever, the win or the loss, whatever, Can't win them all. That's the fun of this game. You can't win them all.
And Bam, tell us what the hell made you choose to put USB on Jan? Tell the world, finally, why are you the USB Jan?
Okay, so my squad was just getting together, my original squad. It was Leon, Kusanagi, Conquer, and we had an Xbox friend, Scarlet. She actually was USB Jan over on Xbox, so one day our squad was getting together and we're like, we don't want to really do USB Tyrone because it's boring. What can we do? Scarlet said, let's try USB Jan. She played it with them, and then when I, started playing, she's like, here, play it and see how you feel about it. I played it and did really well with it. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll stick to this because it's unique and I prefer having two damage dealers for creatures because we used to struggle with infection, Alex, so anything to help against that build was really nice.
Have you ever felt this game is too one-sided, more in favor of Survivor or more in favor of Mastermind?
Oof. Well, when the game first started, it was definitely Mastermind sided because no one knew what they were doing, so originally everyone would just time out naturally. And then no one knew what the hell turrets were, so they didn't know to shoot back at the damn cameras, so turrets were really good. And, well, there was some very bad stuff in the game as well, like old mixtape Rocket Jill. She got her fever and area went downtown. And, rank 1 Yurik spawned in Casino when he straight out to the left. Like, who did that? And then the instant trap Alex that would lose like 3 minutes off every door. Like, yeah. There was some pretty wacky stuff, but as of today's meta, it shifted to being more in favor of if you're in a team, it's survivor sided, but if you're in like duo, solo, even trio sometimes, the game feels kind of unfair because it just takes one like player that the mastermind could, feed time off of and make you guys have to like waste time going back to save them or just time out.
Bam, do you remember your best memory of this game and who you were with when it happened?
Okay, my favorite memory actually, this was really fun. So I was running USB Jan at this time. We had a door Spencer, no Tyrone. Kusanagi got locked in her room and he was getting harassed by a zombie that was controlled. And so Val was starting to hit in the door. Val can't do much, so I started busting it in. Took me 2 hits. I tapped out the camera immediately, and she got the save before they got the bite and grab off, which was really cool because by the time I busted in the door, the grab was already going off. So that was a quick 1 tap and a grab save from Valerie because I actually didn't think I could pull that off.
What are your thoughts on the Resistance community as of right now? And why are you still playing it, Bam?
Why am I still playing this game? Well, even though it's not like Dead by Daylight and gets updated like, every couple months, Resistance is part of my favorite franchise, one of my favorite franchises, if not my favorite franchise, because Resident Evil 3 used to be my favorite video game ever, the original, and so Resistance being a part of RE3 Remake, I kind of stuck around, got attached to this game, met a lot of really cool people, and then met some that were not. And what's keeping me on this game is the fact that I still have friends that play this game like every day, which is shocking that this game hasn't been updated for over like a year now, and we continue to still play this game like we still have fun with it, and we don't really care what if it gets updated or not. I guess we're having a good time.
How would you change the meta of this game? What would you add or remove from it, Bam?
Well, the whole meta for Mastermind is camera builds, which, I get it. It's easier to, time pirate with camera builds and shields. And then there's like one-shot Jan, which can easily, get 20 seconds back. And then the Jan Jill combo taps out every camera. You got Nullify, you got all these things. But it's like, when I think of Resident Evil, I think of creatures. So if there was a way to make like creatures stronger without breaking the game, because creatures like liquors can lag the game to very bad extents to where it becomes unplayable, so it's not fun. And I guess camera builds cause less lag, so there's that. But I would like to see the camera build meta switch over a little bit to creatures, but you know that will never happen. Creatures need like a lot of reworks, and so does like the damage dealers.
All right, now it's time for the question that's just for fun. In your opinion, Bam, which player is the best with that particular survivor? So, best Valerie.
Oh, best Valerie? This would be fun. Dater Scorpion. I played with that man and I played against that man. He had to lay on my trap Alex because we were doing customs for warm up and he still was nullifying traps like everywhere. So I believe that man is cracked out for nullify. He's one of the best like camera uh build Valeries you'll encounter. He's really good, with timing his heals. He knows how to loot. He's got it. And other vowels that are great. I would say like my favorite vowel from like the past and present is Leon because he used to be he was the first vowel and the first player I met that was over 100. So I always trusted him with Valeries, and he always did really, really good. He's never like the weak end of the team, and it's always nice that he can carry his weight around, even against camera builds. And other Vals that I think are good are like Ren, Kusanagi, Violet. I think they're all really good. Even Titan.
Okay, Bam, now best Jan.
Ooh, that's Kara. I think Kara is definitely a really great Jan. For her rank, I think she does great, if not better than most Jans that are like super high rank because she was only like in the 200s and she was getting plus 20s left and right, even on Pep. I've seen it. She Pep underestimated her really badly and that didn't end well for him. And other really great Jans. I trust Secret Ninja. If I'm not playing Jan, he'll be Jan. Same with Nick. I think Dom, of course Dom is a great Jan. And a really, really good underrated Jan, in my opinion, is Scarlet. Like, I know she's from the Xbox community, but she doesn't do bad, at all. Like, I, s- I swear.
Best Sam.
Best Sam is definitely Cody. I played with him off mic against Lin Kuei and we almost won. It was so close. But things happen. It's Lin Kuei. And other great Sam, Pep, I think Jared. I think Nick is also really great Sam, USB Sam. And even Dark and Mouse Evil.
Best Tyrone.
I gotta say Conquer. Conquer is my favorite Tyrone ever. Our Jan and Tyrone like go together because he's damaged Tyrone and I'm USB Jan, so he, protects me at the terminals while I swipe the card. We do really great against creature and camera builds together. He's a great pusher. Jared James is a really great Tyrone. He's a really great pusher too. I love Tyrones that can like push against camera builds because when there's no pusher, we're getting stalled. It can get hectic.
Best Martin.
Uh, well, since there's not really a lot of competitive Martin mains in my opinion, because I don't really see them myself, I'm gonna say Joan of Arcade. She tries her best as Martin, and I can say that she doesn't disappoint me ever. And I'd say with more games in as Martin, she'd probably become really great as a Martin main, Meta Martin.
Okay, now best Becca in your opinion.
In my opinion, you're the best Becca for the camera builds. Like, definitely. I think you have like the least amount of trouble with camera builds out of like the Beccas. But if I'm gonna go with straight up killing Beccas, I'm gonna have to say Leon, because he plays sniper Becca and that man just stays behind and snipes every single thing. And he usually doesn't get like he runs Raiden, so he never runs out of ammo, which is surprising that Raiden works on most creature builds, but he makes it work. And Koji, Torchback, lol.
Thank you, Bam, very much. Now, best Jill.
Ooh, best Jill. Um, well, as of lately, I'm gonna actually go with Dark X Toxicity because I played with him a lot recently while we do Jan Jill combo, and basically how people feel about Dom and Scooby as Jan Jill combo. It's I feel it there too with Dark and other great Jills, Scooby of course. I think um I think Scarlet's a great Jill. She was a really great Mr. X Hunter. Chris Yelvington is a great Jill. Honestly, Jill's like kind of hard to use because you got to know how to time that dodge. It's like you use it a little bit too early, you're just gonna get hit through it. If you use it a little bit too late, you're still gonna get hit through it. You gotta like time it perfectly. And they know how to dodge. And they know how to use Samurai Edge and snipe the bioweapons, snipe the biocores and all that good stuff. Everything you want in the Jill. And they camera pressure really well.
And now the question recommended to me by you, Bam, and Ruby Riches. Which player is the best with that particular mastermind? So, best Daniel.
Best Daniel? Ooh, well, controversially, I actually think um, Mr. G-Town Tom was a really, really great Daniel. And he doesn't play much, he doesn't play at all anymore, but when he was playing, he would do a lot of damage, even with Daniel. And in my opinion, another super good Daniel that inspired me to play Mr. X build for almost 10 ranks. Jetfire. I love fighting his Mr. X build, it's always a blast. And I those are, in my opinion, the best Daniels, and Nidoran's, a good gun, invincible Daniel, but he doesn't play, you know, Mastermind like they do.
Best Alex, in your opinion?
Rat Labs, definitely Rat Labs. That man introduced me to the ability of making Infection Alex annoying without contagion and just using triple landmines. And wow, you try to run away from the creatures, you run into traps, you try to run towards the traps, they instantly detonate. You kind of just get surrounded by rat labs. You kind of have to be really quick on your feet and think fast and have to fast nullify. That man's just insane with Alex. And I think X is a really good Alex as well. He does a lot of pressurous moments, even on downtown. He timed us out twice just going out of the safe room.
Best Annette?
Ooh, best to nets. I'd actually have to say Dominic, because that man still plays the net against SWATs and everything, and he wins and he loses, he accepts it, and he tries and tries again, and I haven't seen a net like as competitive like as his in net. Maybe Ranger. Ranger's a really good in net too, but wow, Dom like shows that a net can still be great in, competitive matches.
Best Spencer?
Ooh, best Spencer. Well, this is hard because, in my opinion, Spencer's the weakest mastermind, so it's hard to find a best Spencer. But I'd say for like Terminal Spencer, it's definitely Ranger. But if I'm playing like against creatures, the one that like pressured me the hardest, or some that pressured me the hardest, were definitely Pickle and I think even Wing Wing, but Wing Wing uh, doesn't stick around a lot.
And finally, Bam, best Nikolai.
I was gonna say Lin Kuei, right? Lin Kuei is definitely the best Nikolai. That man shows you that shield cycling is no joke, and even against like super top teams, even the best of teams, he will win. Like, I know that it could be survivor sided when there's a full team. He'll still win if you let him like get one chance of a snowball. If there's any window for him to like take advantage, he'll win. Best Nikolai's too, definitely Dark. That man is very deadly. And Pep is a really good time staller as well. But I think, of course, Lin Kuei is just overall the best Nikolai.
Any final statements or anything you want to say, Bam?
Well, all I can say is you should let everyone try USB. Like, it's not just for Jill and Tyrone, you know? Everyone can do it. I have my USB on every survivor.
All right, Bam. Thank you for doing this, bro. I appreciate it.
Thanks for inviting me out here for this.